buckle your seatbelts, sit back and relax as we take off. Now, throughout the flight, we're going to talk about our problem statements that you guys gave to us, and we're also going to talk about our visit to the takeoff facility, our discovery phase, and then finally, our AI and engine deliverables. Thank you so much for flying with Innovation Diploma.
Now, for our AI problem statement, we were given the opportunity to provide Delta with suggestions on how to expand their AI beyond current operations, as well as how to integrate it into the business model. For engines, we were given the opportunity to provide Delta with suggestions on how to expand their global MRO capacity by converting CFM56 to LEAP over an extended period of time.
Now, after we got our problem statements, we went straight to the Delta takeoff facility. Now, during this visit, we looked at almost every single bay we could to try and understand how they function and how we could implement them across the globe. We also talked to you, Steve, and Nikki and Mahesh to learn more about our problem statements themselves and also kickstart our discovery phase with all of our initial questions. Now, talking about the discovery phase itself, we tried to research everything we could from Google Gemini all the way over to MRO facilities across the globe. Now, with MRO and engine bays, we wanted to research location, wages, and employment, and just anything we could to learn more about what MROs look like outside of the US. And for AI, we also wanted to learn about two specific things, quantitative and generative AI, and how we can use them to benefit the consumer. And that's where Sky comes in, our in-flight assistant. If we click this button inside our in-flight entertainment, Sky will pop up. And our concept behind this is you can ask Sky for any help with customer reminders or any sort of examples that I'll get into later about the flight itself. Now, what Sky will use is it'll use any data of the flight and of your personal preferences when you put your Sky Miles account into your in-flight entertainment. Now, to give some examples for this, let's say I'm going to Johannesburg. Now, when I first arrive on the flight, the first thing I want to do is just watch a movie. So I ask Sky to give me suggestions. Sky can use the data of when the flight's leaving, what time I got on the plane, when I exit, and any sort of personal preferences about what movies and shows I like. Like, I'm not a big fan of horror movies, so I already automatically know no Scream or anything like that on my IFE. But after a few hours of watching movies, I'm getting a little tired. It's a pretty long flight after all. So Sky can also help with the red eye experience. Now, let's say after the first movie, Sky suggests that I sleep in about 2 to 3 hours to reduce jet lag as much as possible. And then once I'm sleeping, let's say I wake up 4 hours through my incredible nap in the Delta seats, and there's a little bit of turbulence in the cabin. Sky can also help with any nervous flyers as well. So when you wake up, if you choose to have the option, it can provide with any sort of soothing imagery or music that we already know is in the IFE through the Spotify partnership. Now, let's say beverages come around.
Hi. Would you guys like any drinks for your in-flight experience? We have Coke products, water, maybe some ginger ale.
I'll do a water.
All right.
That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So cool.
Now, when the beverage cart comes by and I'm watching my movie, we always appreciate the flight attendants that come by, but it can interrupt the customer experience, and it can interrupt the customer experience. But we want Sky to help smooth that process out. So maybe you're further away in the window seat, and it's hard for you to talk to the flight attendant because you can't speak up. Or sometimes you just really want to watch your movie. You can request Sky to give you your personal preferences for snacks and drinks. Next, for our generative AI option, we've got our AR or augmented reality window guide. Now, if you look to the left and you pull up your phone with the Delta app, and then you click flight status, it'll give you this option to click, and for the in-flight options, to click your AR window guide. Now, bringing this over here, bringing this over to this side, what this will do is it'll give you 4 things. Once you press the button and the camera pops up and you're looking out the window with your phone, the app will already use the map data that Delta collects through the IFE and through the Sky Miles app itself. And we want to use this combined with Gemini, specifically Generation and Google Earth, to create 3D maps and models based off of what's directly below you. But how does this provide any entertainment for the customer itself? And that's where our second part of the concept comes in. We want to have a location-based token and reward system. And what this means is whenever you're flying over a country, a state, or any sort of body of water or body of mass of land, it'll provide yourself with rewards or tokens inside the app based off of what's below you. And these will be generated uniquely from person to person. But there's no point in having tokens without some sort of use case for them. And we wanted to implement them into more games and entertainment like Delta's Sky Mile Celebration Skyhopper app. We think that this is a perfect place to implement entertainment and a feedback loop between the customer and Delta themselves to get people more excited about getting on Delta flights and to keep them coming back.
Now, moving on from our AI deliverables, let's go into some of our engine ones. In ID, we like to use a mild, medium, and spicy framework, where mild is our most achievable solution, medium is our full recommendation, and spicy is going to be our most bold, out there ideas. Starting off with mild, our first part is we recommend outsourcing LEAP capabilities in LEAP MRO to Nairobi, Kenya. Nairobi, Kenya has an MRO bay owned by Kenya Airways, which is part of the SkyTeam Alliance that Delta is also part of. So we recommend that Delta capitalize on this partnership by taking advantage of their affordable salaries for jet engine mechanics, as well as the relative low distance from an OEM. We also recommend Delta expand to Chonburi, Thailand as our second part of our mild. Chonburi, Thailand has an MRO base owned by Air France KLM and AAR in a joint venture, and since Delta is already partners with Air France KLM, we recommend Delta take advantage of this partnership as well and take advantage of their low salary for jet engine mechanics here as well. Now, you may be wondering, neither of these has CBSA licenses. How are we going to get those? And so we'll go into that in a bit. For our medium or our full recommendation, we recommend Delta outsource LEAP to Vietnam. Vietnam has huge potential as well as having very low salaries for jet engine mechanics, and they currently have an MRO base in development in Ho Chi Minh City by Vietnam Airlines, which is projected to finish by 2027 and will hopefully have massive LEAP capabilities. So we want Delta to get in on the action with that. Next, we also recommend Delta convert 50% of its CFM56 capabilities within TechOps to LEAP capabilities and outsource those CFM56 to Jakarta, Indonesia. Jakarta, Indonesia currently has an MRO base capable of servicing CFM56 MRO engines owned by GMF Aero Asia, which is a subsidiary of Garuda Indonesia, which was part of that SkyTeam Alliance that Delta is also part of. So we want Delta to capitalize on this partnership as well in order to take advantage of this Jakarta, Indonesia location and to focus on LEAP MRO within TechOps so they can outsource the CFM56 to other locations. Now, for our spicy, instead of only converting 50% of the CFM56, we recommend Delta convert 100% of their CFM56 bays to LEAP bays within the TechOps location. And all of those CFM56, we recommend they're outsourced to a LATAM-owned location in Brazil, Sao Paulo, which already has CFM56 capabilities. And these CFM56, after 5 to 10 years, we recommend that location be converted to LEAP as well. And then those CFM56, we recommend those are taken over to the previously mentioned Jakarta, Indonesia location. In order to better visualize this, we created a map in which this airplane represents the CFM56 MRO capabilities being moved from TechOps to Brazil. And after 5 to 10 years, this Brazil location will be converted to LEAP, and the CFM56 is going to be moved over to Jakarta, Indonesia. So this is going to take advantage of a different variety of partnerships, global partnerships that Delta already has, and will provide Delta with 2 LEAP MRO locations as well as 1 CFM56, and allow Delta to better expand into LEAP into the future. Now, looking into the future, Delta will be able to provide we recommend that Delta partner with an OEM, specifically GE Aerospace, in order to get 1 CBSA license every 3 years for 9 years minimum. And this is a bit of a spicy idea because Delta's isn't really wanting to partner with the GE Aerospace right now because they currently have a monopoly on CBSA licenses. We want to chip away at this monopoly by providing them free training for mechanics, as well as providing them 10 free MROs for LEAP specifically for 3 years for 9 years minimum. However, this can be a self-sustaining relationship that can go on for much long after the 9 years minimum. And this will provide Delta with multiple CBSA licenses and hopefully chip away at that monopoly. So looking to the future, Delta can not only get a wide variety of CBSA licenses, but also expand to multiple of the locations we mentioned earlier, whether that's Brazil, Sao Paulo, Nairobi, Kenya, Chonburi, Thailand, or Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Many of these locations have very high potential for LEAP, and we hope that Delta can leap into the future by taking advantage of these locations and their global partners.
We've arrived at our destination. You may now unbuckle your seatbelts, stir your tray tables again, and thank you so much for flying with Innovation Diploma.
Awesome, guys.
Awesome.
Well done.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Well done. Okay, can I ask some questions?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right, so I love this, by the way, and just taking a big step back. So you guys, and I'm going to start with engines.
Yeah.
Okay.